that so I had divorced him because of the domestic violence. And then 2 years after that, we had divorced, and I was getting nothing from child support. 2 years after that, I mean, he's a principal solutions architect at Amazon, was doing $250K easy.
And he wasn't paying you. So what happened then?
So then I decided to date other people.
Okay.
And move on with my life, and then not try.
You didn't take him to court
for
child support?
Child support? No.
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 No. So why do they blame you then?
Could it be that there was history of trauma that he had?
Why do they blame you though?
Because so okay, there was a text message the morning of the fateful day that said, "You don't have cancer. You are the cancer."
Who doesn't have cancer?
My ex-husband.
So you said that he didn't have cancer. He was the cancer?
Yes.
Oh. And so his family, his family believes that you were a contributing factor to his death, the guy that you said was an interchangeable widget along with anybody else who was around when he was going down on you.
She's lying.
The day of his death, you called him a cancer.
Wait, did he have cancer?
He stated that he did to his family and his friends.
But you said he didn't. Did he?
He did not.
Oh, but you stated that he was the cancer.
But I said mean things.
Did you say anything else to him the fateful day?
That was it.
No. And then the day before that, did you say anything mean?
Not to that degree, no.
But you still said other mean things?
I wouldn't. No, I didn't speak to him that way. No,
so, I mean, it sounds like his family has pretty good cause to think you might have been a contributing factor. So then he suicided by cop. How do they know he suicided by cop? How do they know that it was suicide?
Because when
did he leave a note?
There was no note. He called a bunch of people and said that his daughter would that he thinks that this is the best choice because he thinks his daughter would be better off without him.
Oh, and who would his daughter be better off with?
Not anybody.
Oh.
I mean, he is irreplaceable in that sense. He is irreplaceable.
So the day that this guy calls all of his friends and leaves a verbal diary behind that he's going to kill himself happened to be the day that you said that he was a cancer.
She caused it.
I think that we are overlooking the mental health aspect of this.
Well, if you thought he was, hang on, if you thought he was mentally ill, why would you say shit like that to him?
Exactly.
I didn't know that he was that mentally ill.
Oh, really? The guy who pointed the gun at you didn't know he was that mentally ill, yeah? Interesting.
I didn't know that.
I know that really it's usually mentally stable men who point guns at their wives in front of their infants.
Look, I had divorced him for a specific reason of the firearm charge, and then after that,
doesn't sound like a stable man. I don't know why you would send him a message calling him a cancer.
He was going through a lot. Well, he was like.
He was going through a lot.
So he was going through a lot, and you decided, let me make it worse. Do you guys know how many men are in jail because of things women said? I'm not saying it takes accountability away from men, but I'm just saying, do you know how many guys have lost their lives because a woman told them to go do something? Ladies, your words have power. If a man won't listen to another man, there's one thing he's going to do. He's going to listen to his woman. Every man is going to listen to the woman he sleeps next to. So ladies, be careful the things you say to your husbands. Now, I know y'all don't care because you're strong, you're independent, but this woman clearly, obviously I wasn't there, but whatever she said led to the end of that man's life.
Through a lot.
And then you triggered the breaking point and he fucking killed himself, right? It's like that's
unbelievable.
Well, it is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that, I have to draw the details out and is being evasive when it's very clear that there was some shit that happened.
This was not your
here.
fault.
How the fuck do you know?
What do you mean? Well, from what she's told us.
And
that's
what
the-
she's told us is that she drove the guy to
She's
fucking
lying.
kill himself.
No, she did not.
Yes, she did.
People don't decide to kill themselves over one.
No,
instance in
because
their
what
life when
she's
someone isn't good to
describing,
them.
what she's describing, lady, is a pattern of behavior.
I've
She
had-
said I was mean a couple days before, mean a couple days
I've had
before. The
people
whole
treat me
family
so
blames
much
her.
worse.
The whole family blames her.
No, yeah, because people need
Yeah,
someone to
it's-
blame.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
because
there's
every time a relationship ends, the woman is always the victim. But in this one case where she said something on the same day the guy took his life, this is the only one time where we can see that we can, just from that moment alone, we can try to walk back and see how she used to treat the man. Because nobody can tell me she only said mean things to him just only the day he deleted his life, ended his life. I can guarantee you she was abusive verbally towards him the whole time during the relationship. And the only reason women really can be abusive using mean words to men is because they know the man loves me, so everything I say, he's going to take it to heart. That's why men don't want to open up, because they know at some point the woman is going to use everything you tell her against you.
Reason she just called him a fucking
No, I'm
cancer
sorry.
the day he happened to kill himself.
I have had people treat me
Yeah,
so much
whatever.
worse than
I
that.
don't
You're not
care.
a man, and your value of yourself is not you providing for your family and being a father and being a husband. Like a lot of men have this like sense of purpose in their life.
And I'm sorry, if they choose
That's
to kill
crazy.
themselves over the fact that they treated someone poorly,
Wow.
therefore they
don't
retaliated,
care.
then
No,
that
it's-
is their own fault.
It's really
Wow.
funny how quickly the sisterhood comes into effect.
No, it's not sisterhood.
Why-
It's
did
common fucking
Did
sense.
you ever think that perhaps a person who felt responsible might do their best to be evasive about the details of things? Because
No,
if
I
hang
think-
on, stop. Let me finish.
All right,
And then you can respond.
go on.
That the details of the things, if we had the totality of them, may look very bad for them if they gave them to us. And so that's why they're particularly evasive when you ask them specific questions about circumstances. Doesn't that stand to reason? Or hang on, or do I sound like an unreasonable lunatic to you right now?
I can understand if that were the circumstance,
Good.
but
Then
that's
let
not
me,
the
why don't
circumstance.
you let me finish the interrogation before you weigh in then?
Okay,
Yeah,
go
great.
on.
Great.
It's just a sisterhood. She wants to protect this woman. But let's reverse the roles. If this woman was the man, the husband, who said something mean to the wife before she ended her life, this woman would be going against the man. How dare you talk to her like that? You're the reason she ended her life. But now we have a situation where a woman said some mean things to a man and led him to end his life. And now we have the sisterhood, the feminists, supporting each other. Imagine it was the man who said something mean on the day the wife took his life, took her life. These women wouldn't be supporting the man. They would be like, you're the reason. They would be like dissenter men. Men, are always the ones who lead to a woman's death and things like that.
So-
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, great. So, well, it doesn't sound like it's much of a loss. She said that he could have been anyone. What did she lose?
Just because you don't want to be in a romantic relationship with someone who abused
You called
you
him
doesn't mean
cancer.
that
She
you don't
called him
value
cancer.
it. Because he lied about having cancer.
How do you know that?
What are you
Because
of
she
the
says
only-
so?
If she is
Lola,
lying, then that is going to weigh on her conscience,
Lola.
but it
Yeah.
doesn't
Lola,
benefit
yeah,
anyone
what-
here
I
to
would-
try and call her a liar.
Instantly.
I don't think you're lying.
Instantly
me
dive
too.
in on the sisterhood without having any of
If
the facts.
she were a man, I would be saying the same shit.
Without having any of the facts, as I'm trying to get the facts. You could just wait till we got the facts and then made the assessment judgment. You couldn't help yourself, had to come in on the sisterhood.
Yeah,
You can't
I couldn't help myself.
fucking help it.
I couldn't help myself
I
because this
know.
is an insane way to treat a person.
How did I treat her?
What you're accusing her of lying on
No, I
something that
didn't.
you don't know
Listen,
anything
He's
about.
not accusing her. He's trying to ask her questions, logical questions, to see if she's telling the truth. But for you to just believe everything she said and you've never been in her life is crazy. You need to ask questions. You don't just believe her just because she's a woman who's playing victim.
You are. She's been through something
you
horrific.
made the establishment first and made me. You demanded that I give you an assessment based on what I heard I did. You didn't even
I
let me
did not demand
finish.
that.
You didn't even let me finish the questioning because you were so butthurt
Yes,
that
I
she
am.
was giving details about something she could be responsible for.
No, you are
Oh, I'm
accusing her of
sorry.
something. I'm not mad that you're asking her questions, but I am mad that you're accusing her
I
of
don't
something.
care what you're. I didn't listen. Based on only what I've heard, you asked for my assessment. I gave it.
And you're more than welcome to. And I'm
Great.
allowed to disagree, and I'm allowed to feel
but can you
however I
at
feel
least
on that.
wait until we get the details?
Sure.
Great. So anyway, back to this. What else did you say to this guy over the previous 3 weeks? Was there massive fights going on? What was going on?
There's no massive fights.
She's
He
lying.
was going in. Sorry, excuse me. Out of rehab. So he was struggling with
What was he going in and out of rehab for?
alcohol.
Oh. So he's going in rehab. He was struggling.
He was struggling.
Why did you call him a cancer that day?
I said, "You don't have cancer. You are the cancer."
Yeah. Why did you say that though? What did he do?
Because she's me. She doesn't care.
He was not. He was not supporting our daughter. Not supporting our daughter.
So he wasn't giving you money.
Mind you, she's just telling her side of the story. Now, it's too bad the guy already ended his life, so we can never really know his side of the story. But what we can learn from this is it's her side of the story, and the women already believe her. The man is trying to ask these different questions to try to get to the truth as much as possible, but the women already believe her, and she's a victim. Yet she's one of the reasons the husband ended his life.
I wasn't getting anything, and I was having her the 100% of the time.
So why this guy's going so why this guy's going to rehab, and trying to kick alcohol, which is one of the worst addictions on planet Earth, and it can kill you. Actually, if you cold turkey from alcohol, it'll fucking kill you. Because you weren't getting any money from him, you called him a cancer.
So it is all about the money.
Is that right?
Look at her. She's gonna lie. Look.
I think that it was not like directly as response to that. He had said something degenerate towards me, and
See?
we were bickering, and that's when I had
It goes back to he did it, so that's why I did it. It's not even, you know what, I was wrong. I shouldn't have said nothing. It was the wrong time. I was mean to him. No accountability. It always goes back to he did say something to me, and that's why I did ABCD. But if a man does the same thing, that I called her this, I did this to her because she did this to me, somebody's gonna say, why don't you take accountability? It doesn't make it right. Right? But she's going, instead of just take accountability, the guy is dead. The one thing you can do is be like, you know what? I was wrong. I shouldn't have said it. That's all.
He's going through rehab.
Yeah.
Said something to me. What did he say?
I think I don't recall the exact details.
She's lying.
Well, it must not have been that important.
Yeah.
Perhaps it was something that I had snapped at him for. That I was sick and tired of the lies because I didn't know what was what was our reality together.
Now, I never met you before. I didn't know anything about your story, your tale. I've never seen anything, but there was a reason that I guessed it was a suicide. What reason do you think that I guessed that and was basically right? What reason would I have to believe, just as a guess, and it was an easy one, that this guy committed suicide?
That I initiated the divorce?
No.
I'm not sure.
Well, I'll just tell you my assessment, just from like having talked with you for lessons. So I talked to thousands of women, right? But my guess, and you can tell me if I'm way off base, but have you been diagnosed with mental illnesses yourself?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
No.
None?
Yeah, so if you've never been diagnosed, how did you know that your husband had mental health issues? Isn't that funny how so many women walk around and they're psychologists? They say men are suffering of mental health issues, and they need to see therapists. But for some reason, themselves, they're not psychologists. They're like, they didn't go to school for that, but they diagnose men everywhere.
No.
You take no psychotropic drugs?
I do not.
You take nothing?
No.
Okay. Well, then I'm wrong.
She's lying.
I was right in the assessment on the suicide. Just saying. I'll leave it there.
Well, consider that men's suicide rates have just gone up.
Usually they go up because they're like veterans or they're homeless. Sometimes it's directly contributed because they're addicts, but oftentimes it's when they're addicts and they're going through a divorce and there's a lot of demands being placed on them while they're trying to get their shit together. That's where we get the contributions to these suicides.
And you can put the entire argument on me, but
I'm not putting the entire argument on you. I'm just pointing out that there's certain reasons why I assumed that this was a suicide was right.
Highfalutin aura where you think that it has to be due to my like.
Well, he's dead
You
and
think
you
I'm
ain't.
bipolar? You think I'm like schizophrenic?
Nope,
Like,
I don't. I
what
don't know
is-
what the diagnosis
like,
is.
what's been your anecdotal expertise on
Anecdotal is right. So it's just like
Guys.
when you have like elongated speech with people, you start to realize certain patterns of how people talk, and especially if you talk to different sexes when they display mental illness. With men, that it's usually aggressive. Almost every single time I've seen it. They snap, they do things like this, and you can pull it out of them pretty quick. With women, it's usually you can see it usually when they can't collect their thoughts, they can't make coherent sentences, they become easily distracted, things like this. Usually that's a sign of things like, well, I don't know, BPD and other, just a shot in the dark, you know what I mean? But that's just been my experience. It just didn't surprise me that the second you said that he was giving you cunnilingus and you said that he could have been anybody, I had a gut feeling he died by suicide. I just had a gut feeling.
So because I was feeling unhappy in the marriage, I chose to leave a marriage that was a threat to my daughter and I. After
They always claim I was in fear of my life, I was unhappy, I was this and that, yet they take the same guy to court. Like, if I fear you, like I'm really in fear of my life around you, the last thing I want is anything to do with you. So I don't want your money, I don't want you around me, I don't want nothing from you. But they claim this guy was abusive, I was in fear of my life, I was not happy. For some reason, they all claim they're not happy, right? They're never happy. And then they take that some guy to family court to get child support, to get alimony. But I mean, if you hate me that much, you should hate everything about me. You shouldn't want my money. You shouldn't want anything from me. Isn't that funny? They hate the guy so much, they divorce him, but they don't hate him enough to not want to take his money. That's crazy.
I said some words that I was just,
Well,
I was kind of, I mean, we can sit here and be pedantic on this, but the fact of the matter is you don't know the whole story. You don't know what he went through when he was an adolescent.
But I did guess that he committed suicide correctly, didn't I?
The essays he had to undergo through as a little boy. It's the people's lives.
That's exactly what you say to a guy who's experienced SA and was an alcoholic and had all kinds of Rossetti's. A fucking cancer the day he died.
He has family. He has 3 other brothers. He's got sisters. It's like you put all of it on me.
Do all of them blame you?
Yeah, because you're the wife. The sisters, the brothers were not sleeping in the same bed with him. So if you knew this guy had all these issues when he was a kid and he was vulnerable enough to open up to you about all these things he went through, but you're still mean to him to the extent that he took his own life, that doesn't make any sense. So if you cared so much about his trauma, his past trauma as a kid, the essay he went through, you know, all the issues he had to go through when he was a kid, and you cared so much, why were you saying mean things to your husband until he had to take his own life? Now you're trying to play the victim. This is crazy. Everything the way she's acting right now, she's trying to paint herself like she was this good wife and he was just a bad guy. That's why, guys, before you open up to a woman, just know if it's not your mother, just know there's a 99.9% chance the way you open up to her, being vulnerable, everything you tell her, one day she may use it against you. Unfortunately, it's the truth. So before you open up to a woman, think about it. When the day comes and she has to use this against me, right? Will I be okay with it? If you're okay with it, go ahead and open up. Tell her every secret. Tell her everything about you. But until that day, just know you could be this guy. But anyway, shout out to Whatever Podcast.